Welcome back. This is Rich with a little bit of a different video this afternoon. We're not talking town, we're talking Ashes. Thought I'd have to do one. I said I'd do one. England have been defeated at the GABBA by the Aussies by 8 wickets. They go 2-0 down in the series, and it's looking like writing is on the wall. Let's see what happens in Adelaide in just over a week and a half's time. Anyway, firstly, we'll go for 25 likes on this video. If you're watching live, get involved in the comments, hit subscribe, turn on your notifications bell, head over to the Bad Shirt website, who we're sponsored by here, and get your bucket hats, your jackets and your shirts for all those Christmas parties. Use the code TSC30 at the checkout. So yes, England this morning, we did show a little bit more fight. We'll have to admit to that. So scores in the game: England 334 all out. Australia replying with 511. They ground us into the dirt, didn't they, yesterday? England 241 all out in 75.2 overs. It was a lot better today from Stokes and Will Jacks. They dug in, didn't lose a wicket in the I see the song from the Barmy Army MB. How you doing? Hope you're good. Yeah, we didn't lose a wicket in the morning session. And then, obviously, Jacks went to a spectacular catch by Steve Smith, one-handed at slip. Stokes followed not long after for a 50. And then Gus Atkinson. I mean, bloody hell. There's a way of losing, but, yeah, let's just toss your wicket away and like you don't care. And then Aussie 69 for 2 in 10 overs. Good afternoon, Stuart. Hope you're well. If you haven't already watched the Coventry City review, that is out already. Some very, very good numbers who've already watched that. So, yeah, thank you if you have watched it. If you haven't, go and check it out. So we'll head back to day one. England winning the toss. This was obviously a pink ball test in Adelaide. England going with an unchanged lineup. Aussies surprisingly leaving out Nathan Lyon at the time. He said he was filthy at the decision. I think they made the right call in the end, didn't they? And also Khawaja was out. Josh Inglis come in, batted in the middle order. Sensational run out. Not a bad fielder for a wicketkeeper. I mean, blimey. Yeah, England 334 all out, which we thought at the time, that's a competitive score under the lights. Obviously, Joe Root with his first century in Australia. I was watching it on Thursday morning. Yeah, Thursday. Brilliant, you know. Hairs on my arms were standing up when he finally made it. It was great to see, not just the Barmy Army. All the Aussies were up. You know, he is a true modern great, and he's going to go down in history as England's best batsman ever, and he's probably going to beat Sachin Tendulkar's record. And he showed how you bat, didn't he? Under lights, he just soaked up the pressure. There was a spell there, I think, in for 18 overs. I don't think England hit a boundary. It's just like, look, we'd had a disastrous start. I missed the first 2 wickets. I didn't get up. I got up at 5:15. Duckett went for a golden duck. Decent delivery from Stark. Nicked off, caught a slip by Labuschagne. Ollie Pope, doing Ollie Pope things, out for a duck, playing on. We'll talk about him in the second innings. He's under big pressure. I think he's the one player at the minute who's under big pressure because they've put all their eggs in his basket and he's not performing. But Jacob Bethel, I know he got 71 for the Lions, I think, overnight in Oz. He's hardly played any cricket. He should have been the one. If they really thought that he was the guy long term, he should have been playing last summer. If they chuck him in now, it's like lambs to the slaughter, really. You know, I think it's a real, I don't know. But yeah, and then look, Zach Crawley, obviously off the back of a pair. He done well in this test, 76, and he got 40 on second innings. But you got to nail these Aussies. You got to nail them when we're on the top. Harry Brook again. Pork pie brain. He is such a talented cricketer. And I mean, so talented. You know, he's got all the talent in the world. He averages in the 50s. But it's between his ears. They got on top there, 170 for 3. Stuart says, why do we bowl so short and wide? Bowl straight, batsman misses, we hit. Bazball is good, but the last morning show, sometimes we dig in and get the runs on the board. Why do we have to go at 7 over? Yeah, but you could say that. But then the Aussies, they out-Bazballed us, didn't they? So Look, the Bazball term is just, it's from the media. It's not from the team. It's just an aggressive way of playing cricket. Phil's in the chat, afternoon. He says, we made it too easy for the Aussies. Fielders with hands covered in butter. A couple of decent openers would help. Overall, second best, no arguments. A bit harsh on Duckett there. He got 2 good balls in the test, which can happen. Got to catch your catches, which we'll get onto. Yeah, but Harry Brook, he's on 31. He's a bit skittish. He's got in. Start comes on. Probably only going to bowl 4 overs. They'd saved him in the afternoon session till I think the lights were taking a little bit of an effect. First ball flashes, then he nicks it to Smith. I mean, can't keep doing it. You can't keep saying that's the way we play. There doesn't seem to be a lot of accountability with this team. I mean, look, we got to 334. Watching it in that evening, they were all saying we should have declared, but Archer batted well, didn't he? Slapped a few about. We got to 334 where we all thought competitive total. Aussies 130 for 1 at lunch. Smashed us all over the place. We bowled too short. We bowled too wide. Smith's dropped an absolute dolly off Archer from Travis Head early on. But you look at their lineup. No one gets a century for Australia. They all made double figures. Mitchell Stark, 77 top score. Carey kept absolutely superbly standing up to the stumps. The catch he took off, I think it was Atkinson when he's running over his head. Great catch. Had a bit of luck, got dropped twice. Smith 61. What a catch, by the way, by Will Jacks. I know he dropped some absolute dollies. That was absolutely unbelievable. Weatherald on his second test, 72. Marner 65. They just ground us into the dirt. 511 off 117 overs. I mean, Cast, look, he's got 4 wickets. He's bowled 29 overs for 152. Got absolutely slapped, didn't he? Stokes 3 for 113 without a maiden. Jacks just bowls the 11 overs. Interesting selection. I think he done quite well. You know, I wouldn't really say I was on board with him playing. I know they lengthened the batting, but then if you listen to Ben in the post-match, I think he's having a go at the top 7 there. You've got to get your runs. I said to my mate Charlie, I don't mind Jacks, but I think at number 8, if you want your number 8 to get runs, well, the other 7 are not performing, are they? I mean, Smith looks a little bit lost at the minute. I mean, I don't know. Phil says we have to call it as it is. The Aussies are laughing at us all. Are laughing all the way to a pigeon 5-0. I still don't think it'll be 5-0. I still think England will win a test match somewhere. We might be 3-0 down and it probably ain't going to matter. But you never quite know with this team what we're going to do. You know, backs against the wall now. 511. Yesterday morning we come out, didn't we? Them 6 overs before the dinner break. It's not so tea's the first break, then it's dinner. What was it? 43 for naught. Looking good with Duckett and Crawley. Duckett was unlucky with the ball he got, kept low off Boland. And if it's a low ball for Duckett, it's a low ball. Scotty Boland. But if you bowl it straight, hit the pegs, you're going to get a wicket. But the 2 wickets, I mean, Michael Neser caught and bowled. Crawley for 44. Pope for 26. He is a pink ball specialist. I think that's only his 3rd test. They pick him for the pink ball. He'd obviously come in. He got his first 5-wicket haul in test cricket. Well done to him. But we've gone with out and out pace. There they had Neser bowling about 130 Ks. Wicket up to the stumps. There you go. Done the job. And what was it last night? We were 128. We went from 90 for 1 to 128 for 6. Game was over, really. But this morning, look, we did show Jamie Smith out for 4. Rabbit in the headlights. He had a stinker with the bat. He had a stinker with the gloves. But then, look, Stokes, he dug in 50 off 152 balls. Jacks, 41 off 92. It was a good showing today, but it's all a little too late. And then, if anyone hasn't seen it, look at Gus Atkinson's wicket. It's so weak. It is so weak. There's a way you're losing, but that's just piss poor, isn't it? I mean, he's got some runs in some tests over here, but over there, just dig in like their tail did. You know what did let's have a look. Scotty Boland, he had 72 balls for 21 not out. Stark, 141 balls for 77. Even Doggett at number 11 batted 21 balls. I mean, they're digging in. They knew that they would get to a situation yesterday afternoon when they're going to bowl under the lights. And did we really think it was going to be any different? Probably not. I was reffing a game yesterday morning. Got there, it was 40 odd for one. Kept looking at my phone. By the time I got back in the car, it was 5 down, and I thought, yeah, here we go. I thought another wicket last night, and they probably would have tried to claim the extra half hour. So there you go. 2-0 Aussies. Captain Ben Stokes has questioned England players' mentality after their crushing defeat by Australia in the second test, saying his dressing room is not a place for weak men. This is on BBC Cricket. He denied England's problems are down to skill and instead questioned why they've been unable to capitalise on key moments. And this is just not in the Ashes. This is tests in India last summer when we should have won that test to go 3-1. The Ashes before over here. He says, do we need to start thinking about what mentality we are taking into those pressure moments? When we're on top, we are great. And when we're behind the game, we are also very good. But when that moment is neck and neck, we are not coming out on top on enough occasions. Spot on. He's right there, because we have had opportunities. Has been opportunities. I see Baz McCullum saying maybe we overtrained a little bit. You know, look, they train hard. This like that. I can't be having people saying they don't care and they don't train, because they do. You know, they do. It's them key moments when you've just got to use your cricketing knowledge. Phil says, if Stokes' comments say, oh, if he doesn't know, no one knows. Phil says his first Ashes was Botham's Ashes. But look, we're 2-0 down. We are off to Adelaide on the 17th. I mean, McCullum says, where's McCullum? Is it down here? Oh, they're going to Noosa for a break. Baz says, slow to adapt to conditions. We have to make sure we stay tight as a group and iron out a couple of chinks. All right, Baz, more than a couple. They were shown in the last test matches. When you come to Australia, you can't be below your best. You need to make sure you seize every opportunity. And they had opportunities. Look, the Aussies were 290 for free and looking like it was game over. But then we got in a couple of wickets. Then we just dropped them catches. I mean, 5 catches, all of varying difficulties. I know that. But look at the catches Aussies caught. Labuschagne, Archer to close the innings out. Carey's catch, running back, Smith's catch. They just do the basics, Australia. And they're going to get a lot stronger, because we'll have Pat Cummins back in, probably for Doggett next test, and Lyon will definitely come back in for, I'd have thought Nisa. Nisa's done his job and he's out. England probably have to refresh the bowling. I like Josh Tongue. I'd have had him in. He'd have been playing. Shoaib Bashir, does he get a gig? We've invested so much in him, and then we don't pick him for this test. We pick someone who's obviously a better batter. Is he a better bowler than Bashir? I don't think so. So does he come in? It's Adelaide. It's a day game. That first day is absolutely crucial. I mean, we've somehow got to rally the troops, and we've had 6 days of cricket, and the Ashes have almost gone. So hopefully we can fight back in a week and a half's time. I wouldn't put any money on it. You just never know with this England team. We've just got to be consistent and show a bit more fight and show a bit more cricketing awareness, I would say. Phil says, in Australia, they eat, drink and breathe cricket. Failure is not an option. Well, failure for England again, we are afraid. It is 2-0 Australia. England are backs to the wall once again, down under. Thank you for watching. Like I say, we go for 25 likes on this video. That would be appreciated. If you know anyone who likes your cricket, just share this video and hit subscribe if you can. And we will be back with a preview of the 3rd test in Adelaide sometime next week. All the best, and speak to you soon.